Well, good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. Welcome to a new show. Disclaimer, we do not offer investment advice, we do not know anything, and we can't even read. This video should not be viewed by anyone. Alright, there's our disclaimer, right to the point. Anyways, guys, welcome to the new show. We got trends in the housing market was getting really old. It was going on for 3-4, I think since 2016. So it's time we change it up a bit, start a new playlist, start over. We're going to do housing, economy, jobs, and stocks. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys to actually name the show. What should we name this show? This show needs a name. We're going to be talking about housing, of course, economy, jobs, and stocks, employment opportunities, wealth building opportunities, stuff like that. And if you guys have an idea of what you want to call this, I would really, I'm up to, and crypto, yes, and we'll be talking about crypto today. Don't worry, we're talking about all kinds of stuff surrounding the Commonwealth, of course, right? So, I bid everyone good morning, good evening, and good night, whatever continent you're watching this on. I want to thank everyone down in Australia that are watching in the Thursday afternoon there in Australia and New Zealand. So let's go quickly to a quick channel plug before we kick off the show tonight. I'm not funny. Anyways, let's go to a quick channel plug. Let me just close a few pages here I shouldn't have open. Distraction pages, my friends. So it's going to be a little bit of a spin-off of the other show, but a little bit of fun, a little bit more fun. Here we go, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Guys, this is the worst performing channel on YouTube. You have no idea. I'm down 1,600 subscribers for the year. I keep going up in subscriptions, but I'm losing more than what I'm gaining. And I found I analytically found where to go through to find that. And every subscriber I lose is a canceled account. It's weird. Like thousands of canceled accounts, which I don't even know. Anyways, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I want to thank everyone for their show tips on Instagram. I even did a morning coffee with Mike with the Instagram thing. Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Facebook. I am now known as a news personality. Thank you very much, Facebook.
The greatest president that God ever created.
And for making this possible so people could actually take me serious. So they think I'm not a business. Before, people were writing reviews on my business here on my page. It's like, no, I'm a human being. All right, guys, don't forget to buy anything from Teespring. I really want to thank everyone during Christmas for coming on and purchasing stuff. Art by Dano, not your regular art. Check them out, and artbydano.net. Please check him out. He's a really good guy. He's a part of the show here. And don't forget to check me out on Parler. Guys, I'm on Parler too, man. Parler's so good. And another person joined, Anthony from Detroit, just joined Parler too. So this is really good. So if you guys want to join Parler, get on Parler right now. Check it out. It's like it's what Facebook used to be, I don't know, like 15 years ago, 12 years ago. And it's really good. All right, we're back on track here. All right, that was the plug. Hope everyone's doing really good.
I fully understand.
Okay, so let's do this, guys. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys on what to call the show. We're going to do it every Wednesday, just like trends in the housing market. And that went on for many years. So it's time we spice it up a little bit, kind of change things up, make it more...
the United States of America.
And keep it going fresh. You know what I'm saying? So... We got real Kevin Thompson in the house. Oh, thank God. Real Kevin Thompson's in the house. Thank God. Real Kevin Thompson saying house prices are on fire. And he was telling everyone not to buy. I still get a lot of emails from people thanking me. I'm not making this up. I got like 2 emails today of people thanking me that they didn't buy. They watched the show. They made it. You know what? Because a lot of them are out of work. The people that we reached out to were your typical us, middle class, people like us, middle class, lower middle class, upper middle class, just in that realm of looking to buy, looking to relocate, and that's, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people thank me, like, man, I've been out of work since April. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm lucky. You know, a lot of people move back in with their parents, right? Low Roller Scratcher says, saying, how do you get rich investing for average Joe? Your show should be called. Brian with a Y saying, I can see silver hitting $50. Silver should be at $160, realistically. You guys know that. It should be. TSX open tomorrow? You know what? I don't think it is. I checked. Usually when I log into my investment banking, what happens is it usually tells me there's a holiday in the US or Canada that kind of gives me an idea, like, okay, just so you know, it gives me a reminder what days are closed for me. And I didn't see a reminder for tomorrow. It should be closed. I don't know. I know on the 1st it's closed. It's back open on the 2nd if it's on a Saturday or a weekend. Let's just double check here. Yeah, the 2nd is a Saturday, so it'll be closed until the 4th. Everything's back on the 4th. All right, we got Amy Burr in the house. We got everyone in the house tonight joining the live stream. All right, guys, let's get over to see where the markets are. We got the markets open right now. Let's go to a deep article scan here so you guys can see. Markets are right now open in Australia. The All Ords are down 44 at 6,898. The ASX 200 is down 46 points at 6,636. The Australian to US dollar is climbing. It's not because the Australian dollar is doing well. It's because the American dollar is dropping. Oil is still sitting at $48.29, down 11 cents. Gold just passed the 1,900 mark right now at up $7.30. Bitcoin at Australian dollars is up $106, sitting at 76,296. The crypto 200 is at 540.54, up $10.25. The Australian to the euro is at 0.62. Let's move over. The New Zealand Stock Exchange 50 is at 13,091, down 125 points. The FTSE closed down over in the UK at 6,555. The Nasdaq did okay. It was at 12,845. Well, it didn't do okay. It was just up 1.87, 0.01 points. Sorry about that, guys. And the Dow Jones closed 73 points above, sitting at 30,409. I never thought I'd live long enough to see a 30,000 Dow Jones. It's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I never thought, when it hit 20 about 7-8 years ago, I was shocked. Okay, the DAX down 42 points at 13,718. The Hang Seng just opened, and they are at 27,254. They're over in Hong Kong, up 107 points. And over in Japan, things are not looking too good. The Nikkei 225 sitting at 27,444, down 123 points. Hope everyone's doing great. Markets are still open in Australia for another 2 hours and 55 minutes, so we'll keep our eye on that, see if there's any sudden changes. And I hope everybody's doing really well out there. I really do, because I've been having a great week this week, and
it only makes common sense.
And it only makes common sense to spread some of the love to you guys. All right, let's go over to a little bit on housing here. Toronto real estate forecasted to barely beat national price growth, says Royal LePage. Royal LePage is French, so Royal LePage. So there you go. The house prices. One of Canada's largest real estate brokerages sees big price growth. Just not in the countries. Just not in the country's biggest cities. Yeah, we will see big. Let's see if they give us a write-up on this and what cities they see. No, they're not saying it here in a graph. It's gonna be guys. It's gonna be places like Saskatoon, Middle Canada. You're gonna see Middle Canada, just like I've predicted Middle America, like Texas and Alabama and Florida and Mississippi. All those places are going to go up in value because of housing migrants or affordability levels, right? Canadian seniors racked up $408 million more in reverse mortgage debt. Again, people are tapping into their homes as ATM machines. CIBC risk model shows Canadian real estate price growth slowing next year. And a lot of these banks are really hedged in real estate, right? Toronto and Vancouver sees mortgage delinquencies rise to the highest level since 2016. So let's take a look at this real quick. Delinquency levels. Look at that. Canadian mortgage delinquency rate. There it is there. Toronto mortgage delinquency hits the highest level since 2016. So let's take a look at 2016. Oh, yeah, it did. Oh. Ooh, it did. Well, that's not good. Ooh, that's not good at all. And Toronto mortgage delinquency rate, there it is there. People are starting to pick up a little bit here, but it's not enough. Vancouver mortgage delinquency rate. And again, it's just on life support. It's trying to, ooh, what's this? Montreal mortgage delinquency rate is really dropping. You know why? Let me explain to you why I'll explain to you why Montreal's like descending very fast. Because a lot of the middle class people, working poor, average workers, average wage earners, moved to Montreal from Ontario, got a mortgage, got approved, got a job, but now they're out of work because of COVID. And that's what's going to be the nail in the coffin. It's going to be COVID. All right. What other big news we have in Canada? That's about it. This week's top stories: Canada real estate industry forecast soaring prices, and Toronto lags cottage country. Again, no one's going to be buying a cottage. Who's going to be buying a cottage if they are basically unemployed or they can't find work? Okay, dollar at 2.5-year low. Most Asian stocks gain markets wrap. And in politics, the UK Brexit deal clears Parliament with only hours to spare. I should have made a story on that, but that's okay. Politics, McConnell rules out passing House bill with $2,000 payments. So Biden gets unlikely advice on pardons. Copy Trump sideline Department of Justice. Bank of Montreal tops Canada equity sales ranking for the first time in a decade. Canada require COVID testing in international travelers. So I'm talking about this traveling, COVID. People are going to think, Mike, this has nothing to do with business. Yes, I invest in airline stocks. Yes, I bought airline stocks at Air Canada at $14, and I sold it back around $19-20. So just calm down, all right? Because everything has to do with something. Everything connects to another. How charity superstar innovated its way to political scandal. What's new? JCPenney as Jill is out as retailers in New Orleans split company. Stock pickers. Fang addiction delivers harsh blows to workers. Ooh, global pot entrepreneurs lured by Canada. Yeah, Canada's, I don't know what they're doing. They're laying off people at their bigger institutions and, I don't know, restructuring. They're doing a lot of that in the marijuana industry here in Canada. They're restructuring, and I don't know where it's going to head. Guys, if you got any tips, tricks, or anything you want to talk about, I would really look forward to hear you on what's happening market-wise. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just housing. We're going to be talking about housing, market stocks, all kinds of stuff. And housing is a big part of it too, because everything ties back to where you live, right? U.S. housing market and softwood lumber prices 2020 Madison's Lumber Report. We should get Thing back on the show. Give us an update on the lumber report. What's Simon there? I saw him the other day on YouTube. What's the Oh, God. Uneducated economist. Sorry, guys. I'm just totally out of it right now. C. Xavier says, I've also been moving some of my domestic stocks to emerging markets. Good. That's good. I've been doing a lot of that. I've been in and out of weird stocks, and I've been doing okay. I've been buying stuff at all-time lows and just holding it patiently. A week later, it trickles up a bit, and I make a few cents off the dollar, and I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go nuts, you know? You don't have to go for those 20-30% gains every time, right? Yeah, Jem Rose says it right. Said it right there. Rules of economics don't apply anymore. 100%. Someone told me, it's like, I don't think you know what the hell you're talking about anything. It's like, who does? Who knows what they're talking about anymore? U.S. pending home sales fall in November. So this is across the country, but I think it's the bigger cities that are bringing down the smaller cities. This is my opinion. I think that the bigger cities like New York, California, house sales are down because everyone's leaving, and no one has the money to get into an average sized home like this. So what happens is houses are going to sell, right? Someone's asking me what stock trading platform to use. I just use my bank. My bank is the best. My bank upgraded a few months ago. It's got day trading platform. It's RBC and Royal Bank of Canada. It's so nice. It lets me set up all my sale. It lets me. I have a few stocks like that. I think might go down. I did some shorts. It lets me do all my options. It's nice and clean. It's easy. It allows me to buy and sell my stock at quantities instead of price, and price instead of quantities. Back in the day, I'd have to have a calculator and do the math and see how much I could buy in US dollars from Canadian, or Canadian to US dollars, or US dollars to Canadian. I hated doing that. But now I could buy all the securities I want to buy in the States and other places without having to do the conversion rate anymore, because it automatically just does it for me now. It's gotten really good. So RBC's been good for that. I'm not going to lie. So Metal Gear Mark III is saying silver is cheap compared to other. Yeah, guys, you know what? I'll bring on my silver next show. Some silver bars and stuff. Kind of give you guys an idea of silver and silver collection. And experts predict that the whole housing market will be like in 2021. So this is another housing. These are all housing experts, and they're going through this. If you guys want to read this thing's 47 pages long. So these are all people. They didn't ask me what I thought, because I tell them what I think. And if you want to know what I think about this, I do have a video up about this. It's housing will go up 40 to 100% in Middle America. So, all right. So what is this? This is New Zealand news. Victorian home gatherings sizes cut to make use to become mandatory indoors. Last thing we want is to welcome 2021 with a super spreading event. That's New South Wales Premier says. Victoria locally acquired. Oh no, this is not. This is Australia. Sorry, Victoria's locally acquired cases grow to 6 as 3 further cases detected. So guys, keep your eyes on this. This is money making opportunities here. You know what? We're not going to fight the media. The media is going to tell us what they want us to know. There's lots of money to be, like, especially through airline, like through, depending on what area or what sector you feel comfortable in, there's a lot of money to be made. In seeing things like this is already pre-programming me to know what I'm going to be investing in 2021. Seeing that, so now, let's argue this here, okay, on a business point of view. Last thing we want to welcome in 2021 with a super spreading event, New South Wales Premier says. That means we're going to have a super spreading event. That's what it means. Especially when they say, well, we're trying to warn people. They put up these articles and they use the language against us, and it's engineered to work against us. So they could say, well, we told you 3 months ago. Well, this is what's going to happen. This is going to happen here. So now you got to go into your stocks, into your TFSA, what do you call those? Dividend paying stocks, whatever you're into, right? And ETFs, and kind of take a look at what could bet, because they're already pre-programming us to believe that something that's just how it works. And I've noticed that. Wow, fishermen find suspected Chinese submarine drone in crucial maritime route near Australia. Of course they did. And you know what Australia's going to do to it? Oh, we're sorry we found this submarine, China. Would you like us to put this back in the water so you can continue spying on us? That's what Australia's going to say. What else? Catastrophe. Huge crater forms in Norway as house is swept away by a landslide. Holy crap. Could it be the wrath of God? All right, let's keep going here. What else we got going on? All right, what do we got for business? Ultra low rates, and you're starting to see capital frenzy here in New Zealand. And obviously the lower rates are going to start bringing up the house. So the bidding is now being approaching in New Zealand for a home, 1.2 million. It was at $1 million a few weeks ago. It's at 1.2 million now. And no, guys, this is not pesos. This is dollars, New Zealand dollars. So yeah, woo. Let's Steve the Plumber. Let's see what he's got. Always got some good stuff to tell us here. Let's see if he picks up the phone. he's it rang, but I think he's in the middle of work. I wanted to get him on to ask him, like, on a financial standpoint, what he thinks is going to happen, because he's been doing really well, forecasting the markets and stuff, right? Here, I'm gonna debug addressing the housing crisis. What New Zealand can learn from other countries? Easy. Stop money laundering coming into the country and stop foreign investing. That's it. There's just too much money laundering. And New Zealand, with a population of 5 million, you bring in a couple of $1 billion there, I think there's about $60 billion laundered through New Zealand housing market, in my opinion. Australia is close to like 300 billion, maybe 500 billion. Canada's like 700 billion laundered through Canadian housing. They caught 200 billion and they shut it right down. Go figure, right? All right. Australian house prices on track to surpass pre-COVID levels in 2021. That's no surprise. Looking at Australia's house prices, you could be forgiven for wondering what recession. And that's a big deal because the people are suffering. The people, the small businesses, they're suffering. Okay? And property expert forecast double-digit growth for Australian house prices in 2021. Now, this goes back to the article that we read. Australia offering $50K to Chinese investors to buy a home. You guys are not going to believe this, but here we go. Australia is willing to pay Chinese or foreign investors $50,000 to buy a new home. We need to get, you know what? I want to get Owen on the show. I talked to Owen a few times. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I want to know what he thinks about this. This is a really good one. All right, where's my man Owen? No, I don't know who this is. Owen. Why am I not finding? Owen, did you remove me from Skype? Owen, did you remove me from Skype? No, we chatted. It says we chatted 18 days ago.
The United States of America. I love China.
Yo, Owen.
Hey, what's...
Not much. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, good. Listen, I got some good news.
What's the good news?
Well, first of all, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Same
to you and your family as well.
Thank you. Now, I want to know what you think of this. I know you probably saw the video, but we're going to ask for your you've been on the show many times for many years. First of all, let me ask you, what do you think of me kind of changing up the show, being more economy and stocks and housing instead of just housing?
It's good. It's good to change it up.
Good. Okay. Now, I'm gonna read a headline from you, and I want to know what comes to mind. Okay. So for people that don't know, Owen is living out east in eastern Canada, in the city of Brampton, Ontario. He's called in many times to contribute different things that are happening and all these weird property taxes that you're paying. And your property tax, how much did it go up last time we spoke?
By 600. But there was a stipulation against that. I forgot what it was, but I think they lumped in a couple extra months because of the freeze that they're putting on people's mortgages for a couple of months or so, the deferrals that they were doing. They did that with the property taxes. So they, for a portion of time, we weren't paying any property taxes, and then they lumped it in with the regular months.
Oh.
And that's why it was.
Oh.
It was.
Okay.
We didn't know that. We didn't get no notification. But...
Oh, why would you get a notification for it? That means they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for this? And I want to know. I want to hear what comes to mind. Okay.
All right.
Australia will pay foreigners up to $50,000 to buy a new home.
Oh, so they're still not. They still don't want domestic people to buy within their own. Oh boy, it's never gonna get any better.
No, because okay. Now let me ask you. I know you've been on the sidelines and you're smart. A lot of people are saying that I've misled people not to buy. Are you happy that I've talked you out of buying, or are you mad?
I'm 100% happy that you did that. 100%.
Okay, as
But
long as you're on, you're not mad at me. I get it if you're mad at me, but imagine the situation you'd be in today if you did buy back in that day.
yeah, no, I'd be in a lot worse situation. I know friends my age that I went to school with that have nowhere as much money as I have saved up. And some of them, oddly enough, have bought. I don't know how, but they might have gotten help from family or what, but that's not my situation. That's theirs. Let them deal with that. But yeah,
Okay, okay. So Owen, now, what if I told you that this law or this thing might come to Canada where they actually pay $75,000 for foreign
for four,
investors to buy a house in Canada?
$75,000, what on top of what they already have, what they're bringing here?
No. They're going to pay $75,000 towards a home in Canada, just like they're doing here $50,000 for a new home in Australia. Canada is looking at actually doing something like that, but doing $75,000.
Yeah, on top of whatever the foreigner's already bringing here in cash, right?
Probably, sure, okay, but I mean, that's how do you feel as a
'Cause-
person on the sidelines if you don't get a $75,000 rebate, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you're trying to say, but it's they've been doing that. They've been giving them incentives for a while now, right? Like they've been pushing this whole foreigner buying housing thing for a while now. So this wouldn't shock me at all.
Mm.
They haven't been helping us this whole time, so why would
How
they start now?
how have you been doing in the stock market?
I've been doing fine.
Me too. I've been buying back and forth and selling. I've been making a few cents off the dollar off those stocks, a couple of penny stocks, and just a couple
I'm
of just back and forth stocks I've been buying, and I've been doing okay. Actually, I'm very surprised of how well I've been doing. I don't know if you bought Air Canada when I made that video 5 months or 4 months ago that I bought a ton of airline stock.
No, I saw it too. I was thinking of doing it, but my head just wasn't there because I know you're into like buying swings and stuff,
hmm
but I'm just focusing on the
I bought
dividend
five
stocks.
airlines, dude.
What?
5 different airlines. I bought 5 different airline stocks, like in huge amounts, and I sold them like a few weeks ago. And it's like I'm laughing. I should have kept most of them because they're still going up.
Holy shoot.
But
Have you heard about Alibaba and Tencent, how they just went down?
what? Tell us what happened.
Well, I was trying to find out from the chat what happened because I only just saw that this week that it went down. I was glancing at it while I was at work, and I didn't know what happened, why it went down so much.
Oh, I'll
But I
check.
think
I'll check. I was because sometimes I have Bloomberg Radio on. Sometimes I catch these things, but you know what? I think I caught that actually, and when I was looking at one of my watch lists. So,
something
any
was
plans? Any stock tickers you want to give us? Anything? Any ideas? Anything we should be looking at? Anything you've been looking at with your own eyes?
well, the stocks I buy, I'm interested in getting passive income from dividends, right? So
Yeah,
like I
I
buy
told you about that. So, like IPL and stuff like that.
yeah, like Fortis, Canadian Utilities, Manulife, stuff like that. I'm picking up
Yeah,
on the
4 or
side here.
5% is okay. I mean, as long as they're paying you more than when the rate of inflation, you should be okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so keep your eyes and ears open, and how stock tips fly around just like horse betting on horse races, right? So if you have any tips or tricks or anything, come on the show and tell us what to look at. I let people know. I put a disclaimer on the beginning of the show. No one should watch this ever, and that's it. If people watch it, then it's up to them, right?
Yeah. Everyone has to make their own final decision as to what stock they're going to pick up and buy.
That's right. That's right. Anything else, Owen? You want to tell us anything you heard through the grapevine?
No, not much. It's just more people moving away from Toronto here or the greater Toronto area. But everywhere here in Ontario is overpriced. Like even if you move 3 hours away. So I don't know
Oh
what
yeah,
people.
if you move to Woodstock, Ontario, or Wawa, Ontario, it's still 100, 200,000 overvalued.
Yeah.
you know.
And then
So,
get there, it's like you're kind of gonna have to sort of do what you did and create your own job out there.
oh, I'm doing.
'Cause-
You know what, Owen? I'm gonna tell you something, okay?
okay.
I did good for Christmas. I did decent. You know, every Christmas I do it gets a little bit better because I'm more exposure and stuff. But I noticed this year that the business is doing a lot better than I expected. To be honest with you, a lot better.
But
It pays for its own, right?
yeah,
I don't have to put any. I haven't put any of my own money in the last 2 years. It pays for its own. It's getting better. It's rebuying the stock, paying all the bills, and now it's paying some of my home bills, and it's now giving me a small wage. Right? You gotta wait a little while till you start paying yourself from your corporation, right?
yeah.
And I'm very satisfied. And you know, I make a few YouTube videos. I sit there, play some video games. I talk to people. I played a board game today with some people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you make whatever you make your own, right? And you do your best. And I'm very surprised. I'm just surprised that business is doing well. That's all. Like as well as it is.
Why are you surprised? You've expanded and moved it to online by doing eBay and Shopify, right? And I'm pretty sure
Right.
most of your
Shopify is pickup only or curbside if people want.
yeah.
But it's just the traffic just picked up a lot. Like coming into the store is just like quadrupled in the last 3 months. And it's not because of Christmas. It's just people are, oh, I heard about this place. I've been wanting to come in, and I get like 3 of those a day now.
So even with COVID going on, and you saying that most people that come purchase from your store are out of towners,
Mostly,
would you
yes.
get more sales in store or online?
In store. Online is 1 or 2 sales, 3 sales per day. But in store is the traffic is just, I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming.
Oh, I would have thought it would have been online.
No, online's okay. Online, Owen, could be a lot more successful if I actually cranked it out more and actually did more with it. I just don't want to pack. I don't mind packing things to ship and stuff, but Owen, I don't want to spend 4 hours a night packing stuff.
Okay, I get you. I see you there.
You know,
'Cause
the
I
amount
know
of time I take to package all this stuff, I could fly to Atlantic City sometimes in the time it takes me to pack. I could fly to New Jersey if I want to and be there before I'm done packing. So
I know a couple years ago you were selling stuff and shipping them to the States, but then there was some charges for the border fees
on
and
the
stuff.
Canada side, right?
Ah,
It's on the Canada side. We pay the federal government more money to ship across and fill out all this paperwork. But everyone, when I talk about this tax and this and that, everyone says Trump's a bully. I'm like, this is our government putting this tax on. Well, Trump's a bully, and we need this tax. I'm like, you're on. Yeah, I can't even argue with that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they're not paying
The
attention.
United States of America.
Yeah. All right, Owen. You know what? It was good talking. Say hi to your mom for me. Say hi to your girlfriend for me. Are you guys married yet?
No, not yet, Mike. Not yet.
I'm just checking. Just checking. Yeah, I've known you for quite a few years now, so I thought maybe, I don't know, something happened.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
All right. Say hi to everyone for me. You take care, and God bless you, and Happy New Year.
I will too. Tell your family the same too.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Guys, that is Owen from Brampton, Ontario. What a great guy. Okay, let's see. Steve the Plumber called me. Let's see if he picks up the phone here. Come on, pick up, man.
Who the hell is this?
Hey, I've been trying to reach you. A lot tougher to get than the president.
Well, it's one of those things where just don't call me Obama, okay?
How you doing, Steve? You doing okay, buddy?
I'm doing all right. I'm busy at work and just trying to push through and make hay while the sun shines because things are changing and I feel it and I think everybody else is starting to feel it. So we'll kind of wait and see what happens. I'm still deemed essential, which is fantastic. So what can I say? It's a good time to go to work, but you got to be really careful and just watch yourself, right?
Yeah, don't drink and drive. It's not good.
No, I meant as a direct result of getting the COVID.
Oh, Covista. You're still on that thing? You're still entertaining that? I thought you canceled your cable.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I still have a few channels. I think, I mean, if you want my honest opinion, I think COVID-19 is definitely alive and well. I think COVID-19 does exist. I think there are many coronaviruses that exist and have existed for quite some time. This one's pretty freaking potent. And if you are the vulnerable sector or have underlying issues, it could 9 times out of 10, it'll probably win the fight. But
Hey.
That's not to say that,
Well, let's take
Go
this
ahead.
back. Let's take it back 2 steps. What about
Yeah.
2012 when we had that actual SARS, that really bad sickness that came through in 2012?
yeah, no, I agree.
That was the worst one still to this day.
Well, hang on a second. No, you can't say that because that didn't affect. That wasn't global, right?
It could have been. A lot of governments could have just ignored it.
Well, that's true. But the virus kind of went away on its own and just kind of went dormant and was done with it. That's why there was never a vaccine. But this one is strong enough so that the pharma companies can profit. I don't believe that this vaccine is going to do a bloody damn thing.
So we shouldn't invest in Pfizer?
You can invest in Pfizer, but you may lose your pants. I did quite well with Pfizer, but I'm out because it's so volatile, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
This actual vaccine, the NRA vaccine, has never been used on humans before for the purposes of eradicating this type of a virus. It's never been done like this. Opposed to the Moderna vaccine, it actually uses the antibodies and whatnot. And I'm not saying I'm a doctor or a scientist or anything else like that, but this in actual fact induces a little bit of the COVID-19 virus into your system, and it builds, it's supposed to build up a tolerance. So if I was going to take a vaccine, which I'm not going to, I would be taking the Moderna one. It doesn't have to be at -70 or anything else like that. That's ridiculous.
And the rules are it can't be at minus. It's got to be kept within -70. You can't feed it after midnight, and you can't pour water on it.
There you go.
You know what movie that's from?
No.
Gremlins. Remember? You can't feed it after midnight, and you can't pour water on it, and it's sensitive to light. What are we talking about? We're talking about Moderna vaccine.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure that they will get some sort of a vaccine that is good. And I do believe, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I do believe vaccines, are good. However, they really pushed this vaccine out very, very quickly. And to have a vaccine out within 6 months, and it already going to trials, and now they're unveiling it. That's a little quick for my liking.
Well, I think polio took 30 years?
They say it takes about 7 to 10 years to perfect the vaccine. So I'm not saying we got to wait 7 to 10 years, but I'm sure as hell not going to, be first in line to go get injected with something that they came up with 6 months. Within 6 months, I should say. That's just ridiculous. I'm not on the front lines, and I'm not in the vulnerable sector or anything else like that. So I would rather take my chances and get the COVID-19 virus before taking a vaccine at this point in time.
Yeah, Amy Burr put up a good comment saying there is no cold flus or bronchitis anymore. Everything is COVID now. Yeah, what happened was we have no more flu cases anymore this year. So I think flu is a new name. They're giving it a new name as COVID. So I got the Pfizer stock here. Let me see. No, this is something else. Hold on. This is recently viewed. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Man, Air Canada, I wish I held on to it. I sold Air Canada too early. I sold it at $19.80. I bought it at 14 something, and it's at 23 now. Yeah, I remember the video I made 5 months ago where I bought all this airline stock and everyone was destroying me in the comments section. Well, I'm the last man laughing now. I'm just trying to see through my watch lists what's going up. How are those stock tips I gave you a few months back? Did they work out?
A couple of them did. I didn't take all of them. I just did a few.
Okay.
But I did do some Pfizer. I'm still in Enbridge and a few, like some energy stocks and whatnot. So that's pretty good. I'm doing really, really well with Tesla.
Tesla?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't recommend that one. So that's in your hands, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm probably going to dump Tesla shortly, simply due to the fact that I don't know that this can go for very much longer. Things are so disproportionate. It makes zero sense. Everything defines all logic from where we're at with respect to the stock market, housing market, the overall economy. Things should be in absolute shambles.
Yeah, markets are up and crime is up.
Yeah.
Markets are up, crime is up, and more homeless.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the way that it is. And I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's kind of ironic when you think about it. And I think a lot of people, it's fair to say that this defining all logic goes against what I actually said was going to happen. And unfortunately, you have to flat out admit that, you were wrong on certain things. But I just don't understand how we can possibly be where we are today. I mean, Owen brought up a very good comment, and I was just listening to him. And he's right. There's things that are just absolutely stupid money in the middle of nowhere, and this irrational exuberance that's going on. I firmly believe that if one of these vaccines does work, and we can eradicate, for lack of a better term, COVID-19, and things can come back to some sort of a new normal, and people have to return to work, and start going back to the offices in the greater Toronto area, you're going to see quite a bit of fire sales. You're going to see a lot of people trying to get out, because I don't know too many people that are going to want to do that commute for 2-3 hours a day.
2-3 hours a day was normal back before COVID. Now people are stuck. Man, I don't know. I don't feel too bad. Housing is still going up, but you know what? I don't feel too bad that I told people not. People have been telling me that they've been very happy they didn't buy, because a lot of people were on my side. They're like, you know what, Mike, this is crazy. I'm not going to spend $1 million on a house that's worth $400,000, right? So a lot of people did stick with that and kind of, trusted me with that, right? And a lot of people are thanking me still that, like, even though my house did go up, let's say it went up $200,000, I'd be really tight right now to even buy food. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of a hit and miss, right? You can't prove the fact that, I'd be up $200,000 if it wasn't for you, Mike. But then, how are you going to prove that you could have survived those all that time paying your mortgage and keeping everything afloat, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Gary Medeiros, what's up?
Okay, let me throw up this headline. Hold on.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, this headline was up, and I made a story about it. I don't know if you saw this video, but I'm going to bring it up again. And this is a kind of important video one, because this is going to be coming to Canada. So I heard through the grapevine that where is it here? Okay, ready? Headline. Australia will pay foreigners up to $50,000 to buy a new home in Australia. Now, I've heard through the grapevine that Canada might offer $75,000 to foreigners to buy a home in Canada. This is what I heard through the grapevine. Well, it's already here in Australia, so what do you think? Already in Australia, what do you think, Steve, about this?
So I heard it. It was $80,000, up to $80,000. However, they and basically they get the foreign buyer tax if it in other words, if the foreign buyer tax is implemented, right, wherever they end up buying, so to speak, they'll get that tax back within, I think it's 2 years, but they have to prove that they have to file a tax return in Canada. They have to prove that they were working, doing something with the economy, yada yada yada. Then they would also sweeten the pot and allow them and give them it's almost like a bursary note, if you will, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe that's the wrong thing. I can't remember what my banker buddies had said, but we had a conversation today, and that very well might happen, simply due to the fact that we need money here real quick, real fast, because we don't have any money. People don't have any money right now. And
right.
The people that do have money they're not buying houses. They already own houses.
Right. So what are we gonna? So how does that make? What do you think the average Canadian? I mean, is the average Canadian gonna bend over like they usually do and just say whatever? We don't have a backbone and it is what it is, and we got to keep this going. Or are you gonna start to see people actually starting to rally and actually start to create protests that actually matter and say stop giving our tax money to foreign investors to buy our homes from us?
Yeah. Well, you know what? For what it's worth, there's two sides to that coin. You're going to see a lot of people that want to get into the market that can't get into the market at the moment, and it'll just end up being worse. Because if you open up those floodgates, you know exactly what's going to happen. Okay? The real estate market will be so disproportionate to Canadians, it's not even funny. Every single transaction, not every single transaction, but if it involves a foreign buyer, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the Canadian proper, is literally bringing a knife to a gunfight because they they don't have that kind of money. They really don't. But what they need to do is they need to start implementing fair market value assessments on properties, and they have to outlaw multiple offers and blind bidding and double ending and all this other stuff. They really, really, bottom line truly is they need to even the playing field, because all it's doing is just creating a fictitious market. So if they open up the floodgates and start giving incentives even more than they already are to foreign buyers, we'll see the actual economy collapse.
So now I did a morning coffee with Mike, and a lot of nurses are getting laid off because of just the hospitals are empty. So a lot of nurses have been getting laid off. Quite a few. I spoke to one of them a few months ago, and I spoke to one today after I made my video that called me on Skype to tell me. And a lot of them have offers, and they've been headhunted in the past to work in the States. Now that they can't travel, or it's making it harder to travel, it's going to be harder for skilled workers in Canada to move to the United States. Like, she wants to move to in the state of Alabama. She has a family there, like distant family, but they still keep in touch. And she was looking at a house there for $93,000, a 4-bedroom. So for her, that would be a dream come true. Work 2-3 days a week as a nurse and still maintain a decent lifestyle, right? So I think they're closing the borders off purposely to keep people from leaving.
Yeah, but make no mistake, at the end of the day, if she did get proper gainful employment and she's actually a qualified nurse, and they were going to bring her over and to assist with this pandemic and everything else, there's no way that she will be refused. Absolutely no way. So she needs to press the envelope, whoever this person is.
She's going to get back to me. She's going to get back to me. She's going to call a couple of hospitals that headhunted her in the past, and she's going to find out if she can get down there to work. She's going to get back to me, she said, by next Tuesday. So
yeah, they're definitely, they would hire her in a New York second. Absolutely, they'd be stupid not to.
But would she be allowed to travel to the United States?
What are you talking about? I mean, are you in terms of what, the border not letting her through?
Yeah,
like
the COVID closure, border closures.
It would basically be one phone call or one document that would be basically created prior to her crossing the border, and they'd roll out the red carpet for her.
Now, let's talk about your friend. Your friend went to St. Bart's the other day?
My friend went to St. Bart's? No, I don't know people with that kind of money. What are you talking about?
One of the politicians there that was a very strong stance against traveling went to St. Bart's, and he's there right now.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And I mean, in order to get to St. Bart's, you got to take a special plane, and it's a private chartered plane, baby.
Taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, taxpayer dollars or FU money. So that's kind of sort of where that's at. And one thing's for sure. Yeah, Dougie knew about it, and I guess he didn't go ahead and make the proper provisions or whatnot, and he should have made the phone calls. But the fact of the matter is, he's pretty upset about it, probably because he's got to do something about it, and it's embarrassing. But one thing's for sure: if this was the Liberals, they wouldn't have owned it like Doug Ford did. Dougie owned it, and my hat's off to him. And he said, you know what? It's on me. I'm the leader. I should have done this. I should have told him to get his butt home, and I didn't. And I messed up. If that was Lucky Sperm, Mac Daddy Trudeau, son of Satan, he would have, skirted around the issue and done this, and done a couple of cartwheels and flapped his hair and crossed
China.
His legs.
Okay. Anything, Steve? Is Toronto still experiencing? I know you're on the ground and you could see what's happening when it comes to shift in population patterns. Are you still seeing a movement right now of people leaving the city of Toronto?
In droves, more now than ever before.
I love China.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, people are definitely leaving Toronto, and it's you can definitely see it. You just look at the rent. Look at the rents in terms of a 2-bedroom down in Liberty Village, or King and Bay or something. Like, you can get a pretty sweet deal. You want office space, you want, and it's now affecting the industrial commercial space. I'm actually half tempted to sell my building that I operate my business out of and go rent the same building, the same square footage.
Really?
Because they are everywhere. There's many vacant industrial commercial units, right? Especially freestanding. A lot of people went out of business, Mike.
Okay.
So, hope that answers your question, Mike.
Yeah, no, that's what we wanted to know, because you're there and I'm not. So, all right. Anything else you want to add?
No, Mike. I think you should let somebody else call in. It's so good to be with you, and I'm glad we finally connected. And maybe I'll give you a shout in the new year, and we can have a chat offline.
No problem, brother. You take care. Stay strong, okay, buddy?
You too. Stay safe.
Okay,
Bye for now.
That is STP, Steve the Plumber, on the show to make a difference. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone likes my new haircut. Nice and clean and fresh. I don't know. I'm just getting tired of the hair. You know what I'm saying?
You're not a nice person.
And we got Ripley in the house. We got Belinda Lee Mercer. Haven't seen her. Well, she was on Mike in the Night, I think, last week. Was she? We got Jem Rose in the house. We got Lord Humongous as usual. Amy Burr in the house. Linny Poo in the house. We got Joe Rocha in the house. Now we got some people that I just added on. We got Spark Jive. Let me see if Spark Jive. Now, the Papa Piece is here in the comments, but I want to talk to Spark Jive because he's been on the comments for many years, and I would like to talk to him. We got somebody else wants to add me on Skype. All right, so no mutual contacts. I got 8 people I'm adding to Skype right now. Cha. Let me just keep going through here. Wow, I got lots of people here. I just can't believe how many people I have on Skype now. You know what? I want to hear from Gary real quick, from Gary Medeiros, because he's been on the sidelines for a while now, and I want to know what he has to say about this, because this is really important.
You're not a nice person. You're not a nice person.
Hey, Gary.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. All right, you know what I'm going to ask you? Headline in Australia. Australia basically offering $50,000 to foreign investors to buy a house. And Steve heard $80,000 coming to Canada, and I heard $75,000 they're offering foreign investors to buy a house in Canada. Now, you've been on the sidelines for a while. You've been saving. You've been patient. You've been waiting for a proper correction because it's the way to do it. You never buy when it's on top. What do you have to say about that?
I don't know. It just shows how bad things really are, in my opinion, that they got to pay people to basically buy homes or invest in the economy or whatever you want to call it. I mean, things are really bad that even they're letting on, right? So the fact that they're paying foreigners or whatever you want to call them just to get their money here, I mean, just goes to show you how bad things really are.
Really? Yeah, I guess that's a good angle to see it. Things are really, really, really bad.
I mean, yeah, let's be realistic here. I mean, if they're basically paying people to come over here and spend their money, whether it is to buy a home or invest or whatever the case may be, I mean, that just shows how bad things really are. And I don't know, really. I mean, that's pretty much where it's at with that. As far as them paying people, I guess, desperation is desperation, right? I mean, people are leaving into like Toronto and, people are leaving Canada. Canada is in a very interesting situation, we'll say. And, the COVID numbers just keep getting worse. Financially, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I think a lot of people are on the brink, no matter what people say. I think there's a lot more people ready to fall, unfortunately, than, we know. And, it's unfortunate, but it's reality.
So let me bring up this article for people. We got a lot of people joining us right now. So guys that are joining the channel, I did a video about this a few days ago, but I kind of want to talk about it because we do have a lot of people on the sidelines waiting, or we're waiting for correction in the housing market. So Australia will pay foreigners up to $50,000 to buy a new home. And now Canada's looking at, I heard it was $75,000. Steve said it was $80,000. I'm not too sure. So
I haven't heard such a thing. I don't know. I mean, that may be happening, but I didn't hear anything like that. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
But like I said, that's desperation based on what I'm hearing. I mean, the fact they gotta pay people in order to bring money in here. I mean, that's that alone should be ringing bells like crazy.
Are you disappointed you didn't buy back in, let's say, a year or two ago?
Maybe a bit. But I mean, even then, things were out of control as it was. So you know what? At the end of the day, I shouldn't have to spend $1 million for my first home. So
you're right. You're right. Stephen Williams in the house, blowing up the comment section. How you doing, buddy? Okay. So, anything else you heard through the grapevine?
Not really. I mean, basically, that I know a lot of people are leaving Toronto. Like, it's people are selling their homes and getting out of here, which is another reason why the market's on fire. Because regardless of what's going on, there's equity in Toronto homes. So, a lot of people are moving, making up that money and buying outside for a little bit less. And then when people have to go back to work, then I do believe there is going to be, like Steve said, a fire sale. I think people are going to go nuts and list all those homes again just to come back to Toronto. So
interesting.
It's going to be interesting. I think Toronto is becoming a ghost town more or less. I mean, eventually Toronto's going to have to make up for this somehow. So I see taxes going through the roof.
Oh, they're going to have to raise property. They were raising property.
Contributions are increasing on Friday, so that should be interesting too. So your paychecks are getting a bit smaller. So, in case anybody didn't know that.
Yeah, you're gonna pay a lot CPP, and was it CPP or which one is it?
It's a pension fund, so yeah, CPP. I believe.
Yeah. So your Canadian pension, I know the one down in the States, your 401k and all that other stuff. I know none of that stuff is changing. In the States, I could be keeping kind of watching it there in the States too. And Australians have been tapping in. Australian households have been doing okay because they've been tapping into like we have our RRSPs, right? Yeah. They have something in Australia like that, but the government's been allowing people to take out so much money tax free to help stimulate the economy. So,
right, which is what's going to happen here eventually. They're going to have to do something like that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have RSPs, and I wouldn't be surprised if the government does the same thing or the banks do the same thing and let you take a certain percentage out without getting taxed. I mean, I believe that'll probably happen most likely. If, like I said, they're so desperate right now, it's not even funny. So,
yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll keep our finger on the pulse and see. Well, obviously here on this channel we are, right? We've been following. But you know what happens when it's said on this channel? You know what happens later a few weeks down the road, right? So, yeah. It's kind of like we're predicting, but yeah, right now it's in Australia. It's $50,000 for foreign investors to come in, and in Canada they're going to try for 80 or 75. I heard 75. Steve heard 80. So we'll see what happens with that.
I don't know. What do you think about the dollar being so high right now? Canadian dollar.
No, the Canadian dollar isn't going up, Gary. The American dollar going down.
I know. I realize that.
Yeah, it's US the American dollar that's going down. It's not that our economy's.
Yeah, and you're right. And you know how many people don't realize that? I think they're all excited because the dollar seems to be up. And what people don't know is that the U.S. dollar is sliding, which is why our dollar's up.
Are you telling me they don't know that?
I'm sure a lot of people don't realize. At least the people are greedy and don't really know a lot about money. Anyway, based on some people I talk to, you'd be surprised. But yeah, it's interesting. Everyone, just because of that alone, a lot of people think, oh, the economy will be fine and all this and that. But they better be careful too, because if inflation goes through the roof, they're raising rates regardless of what's going on. So, in spite of them saying they won't, they're going to have to just to adjust for inflation. So,
that we could fix this problem by raising interest rates to, like, say 6 points right across the board. It's over. Everything ends tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Then they should do it, in my opinion. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I think they should. I think Ronald Reagan did it, right? And then you had I think Clinton did it once in the Clinton administration. He adjusted rates.
I think raise rates. I really do. I mean, it's gonna suck for the people that obviously aren't prepared for that, but we need some sort of correction here, Mike. If we don't get a correction soon, people are gonna start rebelling and going nuts. So.
And how do you feel about the new sickness that just arrived from England?
I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely a twist on things, and it's just gonna make things worse, in my opinion. So. I think we're in for a lot worse before things get better. So, I don't even think I think COVID in Canada is far from over. So I mean numbers are going up every day. I mean it's just it's spreading, and you know what the thing is now is a lot of people don't care anymore, Mike. A lot of people are fed up and pissed off about all this stuff, and they don't care. That's another reason why the numbers are going up. Wait until Christmas. Christmas is already passed. Waiting until New Year's pass, you're going to see a big surge too in numbers. We just had a couple of days after Christmas in Ontario. We had a huge surge already today. So I don't know, man. I think things are going to get worse before it gets better. As far as this new variant, apparently it's supposed to transmit a lot easier. So I think we're in a big trouble. I mean, as far as the economy goes, I mean, hey, I'll give credit where credit's due. It seems to be striving. Well, I shouldn't say striving, but.
Markets are up and crime is up.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, which doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But I mean, when you got an economy that's people, there's still millions of people unemployed, Mike. In Canada, right? I'm talking about Canada right now. Like, there's still millions of people unemployed. They don't want to say that, but there is.
Well, they're not allowed to say that. And but let's call a spade a spade. Then what's going to happen when? Yeah, I don't know. Everything's just is so up in the air right now. We're in the we're in the last days of the year, and 2021. Apparently, they have a few things rolling out that are not going to be in our favor. And you know what? I'm really not looking forward to what they're going to be unveiling. I'm not too sure what exactly. From what I've been hearing through the grapevine, I don't even want to talk about it on the channel because some of it gets too intense. You know what I'm saying? And it's not good to work people up. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I think 2021 is going to be another 2020. I don't think we're going to have much of a difference, to be honest with you. I think 2021, unfortunately, is going to be another 2020. I mean,
I see 2021 being another 2020, but I'm going to see more control.
Maybe we'll see, but there's only so much I can control at this point. I mean, financially, I don't know what people are going to do. I mean, what are they going to do? The only other option is to restart CERB again, which they might. I don't know. Now with this new variant here, and there's still another variant that's in Africa apparently. So there's two variants out there right now, not just the one from England, but the one in Africa too is a different variant from the one in England. So, and apparently it's worse as well than the one in England. So it's, it's this. I don't know what to say anymore as far as this virus goes. I mean, we're definitely in interesting times. The only thing is that when the Spanish flu hit, 50 million people died around the world, right? I think we're only at 2 million or just under 2 million or over 2 million, which I guess, I mean, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but at the end of the day, I think we're a lot more advanced now than they were back then, and which is why numbers are kind of staying under control, I guess, in what we're in. But again, I don't know. Like I said, this is uncharted waters, so we'll see what happens. I guess this virus is definitely letting us see the light with a lot of crap that's happening in this world.
Well, surfacing a lot of poop, right?
Down. Pollution's down. Like there's nothing in the air. Like you know what? It's crazy. Like it's a lot of good things came out of this too. Of course, bad things as well. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this is it's exposing a lot of crap in the world. This virus, in a lot of ways, not just in Canada but everywhere. Really, showing a lot of cracks in our systems.
Yeah, political. What is it? Pharmaceutical, economic. Like, I mean, I've been playing the markets. If this was 10 years ago, I'd be buying properties, renting them out, cleaning them. I'm in a small town. It's a lot cheaper here. Buy a couple of 1 or 2 bedrooms, clean them up, paint them. I'm Portuguese. Do some little cleaning here, rent them out, get a lease, blah blah blah. That's what I'd be doing. But now, because of the price of housing is just, I think 200% overvalued, 1,000% overvalued than what it should be from according to wages. I just play the stock markets every day. Every day I'm buying or selling. I'm doing something.
Yeah. I don't know, Mike. Like I said, this is uncharted territory for a lot of things. So I don't know. Like I said, all we can do is live day by day and see what comes out of this. But I'll tell you right now, 2021 isn't going to be, in my opinion, won't be any better.
Okay. All right, Gary. Thanks so much for coming on and giving us your update or updates on what's going down. Just let us know if there's anything. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. God bless. We'll talk soon, Gary.
All right. Take care.
Bye. That is Gary Medeiros from the Toronto. We got Matthew from Australia that wants to call in really quick. He said he has something he needs to tell us. He's in Victoria, Australia.
Monkey.
Yo, I've been trying to reach you. A lot tougher to get to the president.
Sure am.
So, how are things? Hello? Hey, you just muted me. Hello? You just muted me.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah, you just muted me there for a second.
Alright, so Melbourne just conveniently got cases overnight.
Oh, yes, the Mysterion cases. Yes, continue with the Mysterion cases.
So people aren't allowed to have any more than 15 people at home now.
Okay.
So they changed that today. And then we'll probably go face masks again.
But it's summertime there.
What's that?
It's summertime.
Sure is, but government don't seem to see it that way.
Wow.
Alright, so I was going to call today because I heard a story about last year with our bushfires. Since that, there's been like a non-for-profit organisation that goes around fixing people's fences there.
Right.
So they called it Blaze Aid, but something to do with the insurance. They made it difficult for things to be properly done. So what happened with that organisation is the Rotary organisation has taken over.
Okay.
So
it's kind of when the police are on a case and then the FBI steps in and takes over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, continue.
So what's happened there is the Rotary's taken over and it's completely gotten rid of all the socialism out of it.
Okay.
So people are having to deal with people's problems, that the properties they're working on, and they hear their story and that, and they don't get to go and sort of talk it out and get over it.
Right.
So over a couple of days, they sort of start feeling a little bit sad, and in a way, they don't feel like they're contributing really.
Mm-hmm.
So what I heard is a lot of people are living in shipping containers still.
Oh yeah. Where? What parts are we talking about? Western Australia? Are we talking about just different regions of the country?
So it'd be the main affected areas, say like the eastern Victoria, New South,
mm-hmm.
and some Queensland.
Because I know since those bushfires, a lot of people have been living in their cars.
Yeah. Well, this is just the story I heard today, so I haven't really kept up with what's been going on there.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. People living in shipping containers.
Yeah.
Interesting. I know people convert those into homes, but But are you starting to see any like tiny homes getting approved there? Are people moving into tiny homes now? Because I know in parts of the United States that's just blowing up everywhere. Tiny homes.
It could be happening. It's a bit hard for me to see through where I live because it's so built up already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're in those infrastructure, are you still seeing an exodus of people leaving the state of Victoria?
Surprisingly, Christmas Eve, I was driving up to the countryside where I'm from, and it was the quietest I've seen it. So, I don't know, people might be moving out through the week and then already up where they're going.
Interesting. So are you gonna, this Mike of the Night, come on Mike of the Night and give us an update on what's going on if you get some time, eh?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Matthew.
Just one.
Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing with, people still didn't get the insurance money for their houses when they burnt down.
Oh, of course they're not. They're gonna find reasons or ways to not pay them. They're gonna do everything they can in their power to not pay people.
Sure, but the dole bludgers or the people on benefits, they got their benefit doubled because of Corona. Yeah.
Oh, you mean benefits as in welfare?
Yeah.
Oh, welfare recipients got double benefits?
Basically, yeah.
Holy smokes!
So they're not doing any work, getting paid for it, but then the people who are actually producing for the country, they're getting totally shafted.
And small businesses shutdowns. Have you noticed? Have you been to downtown Melbourne recently?
Yes. Oh, I didn't go into the city, but yeah, just all around the suburbs.
Are you seeing shutdowns, strip malls closed down, stores closed down, lineups outside the Costco's?
Yeah, small businesses, they're a bit mixed, some are closed down, some are still open, but it's a mixed bag. But then I saw Heisey says he had like the thumbprint of his video. The caption was that was it January 1st, 10,000 businesses are going to go into administration.
For sure, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get him on the channel when he gets some time. He's going to, I talked to him. He said, I spoke to him on Skype and I spoke to him in the chat there. He wants to maybe come on Mike in the Nights or give us an idea when you get some time. What should we call this show? I don't want to call it Trends in the Housing Market because that's been going on for years. I want to call it something else. I want to call it Housing, Economy, Jobs, and Stocks, but I want to make it something cool. You know what I'm saying? So if you have any ideas, let me know.
Sure, I'll send you a message and see what you think.
Yeah, we should call it something like kind of edgy and kind of that fits the profile, you know?
Yep. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, Matt, I'll let you go. We'll talk soon, eh?
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Take care. God bless. Bye.
All right. Bye.
That is Matthew from Victoria, Australia. State of Victoria in Australia. He was in lockdown for like 25 weeks, this guy. Or 20 weeks. All right. So, what are you guys doing for stocks? Come on, guys. Give me some stock tickers. What are you investing in? I want to see, man. I want some ideas, man. Come on, man. All right, let's do a mid-show article scan here. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is the worst performing YouTube channel. I am down 1,600 or 1,900 subscribers from the beginning of the year to now. I'm actually down almost 2,000 subscribers. Don't forget to, guys, message me, show tips on Instagram. Hold on, I'm getting a ticker here from Metal Gear Mark III. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Facebook. They actually have me as a news personality on Facebook. Oh my God. MTA. Okay, I'm getting all these tickers here. Give me a sec, guys. Guys, don't forget to buy something on Teespring if you want to buy something related to the channel and support the channel. Go ahead. I appreciate that a lot, especially people that bought stuff. Guys, don't forget to check out Art by Dano. Not your typical art. Dano creates all kinds of cool stuff. Please go ahead and check him out. Tell him, you can message him on Instagram and let him know you found him on the show. And guys, if you get some time, please check us out on Parler. We are on Parler, guys. We are the Parler boys. And Parler is exactly what Facebook used to be back in the day. All kinds of cool stuff. And look at Linny Poo. Linny Poo's on here too. Don't forget to follow her too. Amy Burr's on here too. Everybody's on here. I'm going to give you guys a link to the Parler if you guys want to come on Parler and join the fun. I love going through the when I go here, when I click on the timeline or whatever, and who's posting what. Zero Head just posted 2 minutes ago. Trump administration approves $290 million bomb sale to Saudi Arabia. There you go. So there it is. This is business talk. Oh, there you go. $290 million bomb sale to Saudi Arabia. Right? Trump bobbleheads. Oh. Pelosi responds to Hawley's plan to reject electoral college votes. Yeah, so much drama here on Parler. Check it out. There's Ted Cruz. All right. So there it is, guys. Those are your links. So what is going on? Let's call somebody else. Okay, I got stock tickers. All right, somebody was giving me stock tickers. Hold on a second. Let me open this up here. Let me check this out. Let me go to Yahoo. Let me go to finance here real quick. Going to finance really quick. I don't know why my computer's doing this. All right, let's go to Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance. All right, let me go back up. Someone sent some stock tickers here. CTS.V, CTS.V, CTS.V. What's CTS.V? Converge Technology Solutions Corporation. Okay. A very busy day today. Oh, they've been on a slight uptick. It looks like they're coming back down. It looks like, did they plateau? Have they plateaued? But these guys are doing pretty good. When did you buy into this? Somebody, whoever sent me the ticker to this, when did you buy into this stock? I'd like to know. Who are these guys? Converge Technology Solutions acquires Vivo Application Studios. Okay. LMT NYSE LMT on the NYSE. LMT, what's that? LMT, that's LMT right here, Lockheed Martin Corporation. Let's check it out for the last 6 months. It's $354. What else we got here? Enbridge is undervalued. Enbridge. That's an energy company. And where's Enbridge? Ooh, Endeavor Silver. I always buy and sell Endeavor Silver. It's up, eh? It's up 10 cents after hours. I bought Endeavor. Hold on. I bought Endeavor. I sold it. I bought it around No, I bought it cheaper than that. I bought it around the beginning of December in a waiting room in a hospital for my mom was doing a checkup or for something. And I bought it around, I think it was like $350, $360. Holy crap, it's at $506. I sold too early. I sell too early now. I'm always worried I'm going to, make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Suncor is at half price. Yeah, I picked up some Suncor and sold. I've been, Brookfield. Someone says Brookfield's good. Brookfield. Am I even spelling this right? Brookfield. Renewable Partners, BEP. Brookfield. Last 6 months. Yeah, it is definitely going up in the last 6 months. Oops. It's gone down in the last day alone, but it looks like it's plateauing again, guys. Mitch Mannon says Biden will do what he does. Oh, someone's telling me AG. Lord Humongous is saying AG. First Majestic Silver. It's got to be what he's yeah, silver, all my silver stocks are going up. Like I have 3 silver stocks that I've held and they're all going up. Like, and I've been watching silver very closely the last 4 weeks now. And you've been seeing a lot of the silver miners upticking right now. And even after hours, look at after hours, they're still going up. Let's go to a deep scan here. Look at here after hours, it's still going up. And that is on the NYSE, First Majestic Silver, AG. Ooh, got 3,000, got $5,000. These 3 stocks could triple or double. Nah. I'm never into taking advice from a lot of these things. I just kind of see it for myself, and I listen to you guys too. Like, don't get me wrong. I've gotten a lot of good tips from you guys in stocks too. I've taken a lot of tips from you guys, and I've done very well with that too. So it's not just, you know what I'm saying? First Majestic is there. Let me just see who else that I have right now. Let me see if I have my my watch list here. I always look at losers. I'm always looking at losers. All day I'm looking at losers. And I look at intraday price here and trying to see what's happening in some of the losers. I always look for good losers because it's always buy low, sell high, right? There was one bizarre stock I bought today for like 8 cents. And it was down like 16 cents or something. Like weird stock I picked up today. I don't even know what it does. I just bought $2,000 for no reason. Just like $2,000. Who cares? Weird stocks. And those are the ones that I usually do, you know? Someone's asking me where my hair is. Oh, I just got tired of the hair. Maybe in the summertime. I don't know. I just get tired of it. Oh, Titan Medical. That's down 12 cents. Nah, it's too risky. I'm just trying to see what's good. I know some cannabis stock. I've been looking at some of my cannabis stock. Some of it's starting to make a comeback. But Gold Money Inc., Kuya Silver too. Kuya Silver I sold, but it's down 9 cents. Might be one I might buy back. It is going up though. It looks like it's going to be, let me see here the last 5 days. Yep, it might go up. Definitely Kuya Silver is one I've bought and sold a couple of times myself. Yes, Low Roller Scratcher says, yeah, I got Riot. I got Hive. I've got Hut. And all the farmer ones, I've picked them all up. All of them for weeks now. I've been doing good with those crypto weird stocks. Yeah, I got Riot. Let me see. Riot, blockchain. Yeah, I got this one. Yeah, I got this one. I remember when Riot was at, a few days ago, I think I was looking at it at, what was it? I think I picked it up around 9 and change. 8 and change, 9, around that much. Holy smokes. Canopy Growth, up or down? Canopy, I don't trust that company. That's the Toronto 132. It's up $1, but you know, Tilray is supposed to be one of the better, more liquidity. They got bought out recently. Where's Tilray? This one, I mean, I picked this one up. Ooh, it's up again. Okay, so this one I bought, and it's been so volatile. In the last 3 months I'm holding it. I just want to dump this stock. I want it to go back to early December prices so I could get rid of it. Tilray, that's one I'm holding on. I just want to get rid of it. Someone says Viagra is Viagra. Viagra is private. Who makes Viagra? Pfizer or who makes? I forgot who made Viagra. Nova Royalty. Nova Royalty Corporations. It's on a pink sheet. Who is this? Nova Royalty. Ooh, they're up 12 cents too. Let's see on the last 5. It looks like they're dipping, guys. I'm no expert, eh? I don't know what I'm talking about, but this thing looks like it's on the verge of either. Looks like it's on the verge of going down. Copper Industry Executive. So they got a new board of directors. Accidents up 30% during the winter. Nova Royalty files Q3 financial statements. Huh. They don't look too bad. Where'd these guys out of Vancouver? So if you picked this stock up in the last month, I mean, you're laughing right now. If you picked it up less than a month ago, you're laughing. So yeah, let's throw out. I stopped coming here because crypto chat was driving me nuts. It's becoming a bit too much. Usually when speculation is rampant, it's a sign of what's to come. So Anthony Ruvalacaba, he missed our 2021 predictions. I wanted him to come on the show. But we missed him on that day. I don't think he came on the show. I wanted to call him. All right, let's see if we can get him on the show here and talk to us about what's happening with the stocks. What he's got on his... let me see if I could... There he is right there. He's in my favorites. Let's see if he picks up his Skype. Come on, Anthony, pick up, man. Turn on your Skype, Anthony. This is your discussion. This is you, man. So, what else? What else is there out there? Any other tickers, guys? Oh, Disney, DSNY. Disney Media Technologies. DSNY. No, I'm looking at Destiny. I'm sorry. DSNY. Yeah, it's Destiny. What is this thing, guys? Destiny. Wow, this thing's pretty. This thing moves a lot. This is very volatile. Yeah, I don't recommend this one, guys. No, I don't recommend this one. FNV, Mike. FNV. Let's look at FNV. FNV. Franco Nevada. Yeah. Lord Humongous brought this one up a million times. FNV. Franco Nevada Corporation. It's up $1.07. Let's see where they were like 6 months. Ooh. Yeah, it's been downtrending quite a bit. This is traded on the NYSE. Plug Power Plug on the NASDAQ. 34.19 up $1.73, and after hours is up another 60 cents. Wow, this thing's picking up some steam here, eh? Let's check the last 5 days. Oh yeah, it's recovered. It's definitely recovered from its dip from 3 days ago. It looks like it's plateauing right now. AMC stock? No, I don't recommend AMC Entertainment. I think I bought AMC. What did I buy it at? I bought it way back when I bought airline stock. I don't think AMC stock, no. I think I bought it and it sold it almost immediately. Almost in 1 or 2 days I've held it, and that's it. But it was, AMC's up 2 cents. But no, I don't recommend people. I don't think this is going to come back, guys. I don't think if this comes back, everybody on this channel will buy this. But I don't know, man. That's just me, man. AMC fighting bankruptcy to offer 50 million more shares. Yeah, too bad. Like they're really pushing this agenda real strong, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Tesla, TSLA. Woo! Look at that. Up $28. Wow, if you picked up early in the year at $85, if you picked up maybe like around this when it dropped. I remember when it dropped around here around this time early last year. Man, if you picked up around here, man, oh, holy smokes. But I would have got out when I doubled my money. I wouldn't have stayed, but then I'd be punching myself in the head if it's at $700. See, Xavier saying is they're manipulating as we speak. I wouldn't touch Tesla, says Lord Humongous. Neither would I. Freedom Prospector. Who else is in the comments here? Who can we get on the show to give us a little bit of update in the markets on what are they doing? What are they doing? Who wants to give us a little discussion? Whether it's housing, whether it's employment, jobs in your area, are people leaving your city? Come on the show. Tell us what's happening economically in your neck of the woods. Mag, I think I looked that one up. I think I looked that one up, Lord. MAG. Mag Silver. Yeah, it's up $1.31. Yeah, I've been noticing silver. I have like 4 silver miners that I've held on to, and I'm noticing an uptick on them. You know, I look at a gain, I go, well, where did that gain come from today? Go through my stocks. It's usually like 30, 40 stocks. Look, where's the gain coming from? Oh, it's silver. Silver is going up. We got Seer Guru in the house. We got Xavier. I'm stacking and waiting with cash. We got C. Xavier saying, looking for the next opportunity. That's, you know, Donald Trump had a saying that was actually really good. I went to one of those Donald Trump seminar things, money-making seminars, before he started The Apprentice down in West Palm Beach, Florida. And I went to one of those seminars, and it was good. It was really good. The food was good at halftime. Donald Trump came in, spoke a bit. And one thing he said that made a lot of sense, even to this day, is some of the best deals you'll ever make in your life are the ones you don't make at all. I remember him saying that very, very, just like it was like yesterday. Some of the best deals you will ever make in your life are the ones that you don't make at all. Believe it or not. Yeah, Seer Guru is saying I'm stacked and waiting too. Yeah, for sure. There's Low Roller Scratcher. East Afro dude in the house. Someone says, I like your hair bald. It looks good. The problem is I look like I'm going to go pick a fight with somebody, you know, especially when I put on my glasses. Right? I'm walking around outside and put this out a little bit here. And I don't know. People want to pick a fight with me every time I'm out. East Afro dude says, I watch a lot of sectors, says C. Xavier.
I love China.
Okay, guys, we got a half an hour left. Who wants to come on the show? Come on. Add me on Skype, Mike Martins 1980. Let me know what's going on economically in your neck of the woods. Let me know what you have going down. What's going on? Uneducated economist looks like he's not Reality Income Corp. Reality Income Corp. That's from Owen. Reality Income Corp. Nothing's coming up with it. It's on the NYSE. All right, guys. Anybody there? Anybody want to come on? Let's go. Mike Martins 1980. Let's go. Let's get some more call-ins happening. Let's see what's going on. We spoke to Gary. We spoke to Buddy out in Australia. Oh, you know what? Let's get you know what? I want to speak to I know who I want to talk to. I know who I want to talk to here tonight. I know who I want to talk to right now. It's in my favorites. Oh, Buddy's offline. I was trying to call our friend there, Mitch Madden, but he is offline. I think the Raven's still at work. I think he's on a long shift. I'm just trying to say who exactly wants to come on and talk. Oh my God, I want to get Amy Burr on. She's like, doesn't want to come on the show and she's scared. And she has nothing to be scared of. Come on, Amy. Turn on your Skype. I know you're watching because I see you in the comments. Yeah, someone call in about gold and silver. Somebody call in about gold and silver. Who wants to call in about gold and silver? We could get Lord Humongous to come in and talk about that. Let's see if Stephen Williams picks up his phone. I saw him earlier on in the comments. Nope, he's offline. Just trying to make sense of it all. Wait. Oh, Mitch Madden just turned on his Skype.
Mike.
How are you, my brother?
All right. Yeah, there's something wrong with my Skype. I don't know how to fix it, but it seems like it's always off until I go and turn it on each time manually. I don't know why.
It does that too, and people are trying to call me and saying, "Yo, man, your Skype is off." I'm like, "Yo, dude, yeah." So what's going on? What do you think? What do you think? Investments. What do you think is a safe place to put your money nowadays?
In a coffee can in the backyard, if you've got any real money.
Yep, that's what a lot of people are, under your mattress.
I'm not qualified to talk about the stock market because I have no experience other than having a few mutual funds years ago. I've never really been in the stock market, Mike, so I'm really not qualified to, as you know.
Well, neither am I. But I bought airline stock when everyone told me not to.
Yeah, for some reason, most of the guys I watch, like Gregory Mannarino and Jay Bravo, and swing traders and buy and hold guys and day traders and all these different kinds of investors, they seem to most of them just seem to be making money like hand over fist. The only guys that have been losing are the guys that keep trying to short the market or anything. Mm-hmm. So a lot of guys are probably feeling pretty smart these days in this sort of a market where it's all being fueled by all of this massive amount of money that's mostly going into the stock market and real estate. There's sooner or later there's going to be an exit. There's going to be, everybody's going to want to exit, and the exit's going to be too small to fit everybody, and a lot of people are going to lose their shorts. But for right now, it appears this is just going to keep going. I don't know when it's going to break. It may not break. We thought it's going to break the last few years, so it may last another year or two, and a lot of these stocks that are overvalued might continue. Even these zombies that they don't have any earnings, but yet they're worth a lot of money. They might continue to go up. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Real estate, the same darn thing. It's like absolutely crazy where already overvalued markets are on fire, and the average income in that area can't even buy a home at the previous price, not to mention where it's headed,
In some states, it's like 16 to 20 times the annual income.
Yeah, and it should be between 2 and 4.
Well, 4 years ago, remember trends in the housing market? We were talking 4 or 5 years ago in Vancouver, it was like 16 to 20 years to save up for a down payment. And now it's starting to happen in parts of it. Well, it's been happening in parts of America, but it's starting to happen all over America.
Well, what's happening now is that the millennials and the Gen Xers and whatever the new generation are, they're just not. Most of them, a high percentage of them, are just not going to be able to afford to buy a home. And the only way they're going to be able to get in is if there's a government guaranteed loan with between 0 and say 3% down at no interest for the rest of their natural lives or something like that. And I don't know how it works in Canada, but here in America, the counties love it because the higher the home values, the greater the tax revenues,
Right.
because of the property tax keeps going up because the assessments keep rising, and so the school systems get a tremendous amount of money. Everybody that's connected to the government is just rolling in dough, and the losers are the home buyers or the wannabe home buyers or the general public. This can't end. This can't end well, Mike. It just can't end well. Impossible.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, nothing really ends well in the end. There's always some sort of a wall. I think nothing is immune to the wall, or nothing is impervious to the wall. I think everything's going to hit a wall soon. Everything.
Yeah, anybody who's looked at history, and you kind of look at the little details that were going on during different historical events. The people that were in charge actually thought that they were smart enough to destroy or defeat historical precedents, and they manipulated and they played, and like the Roman Empire, it took several hundred years before it finally collapsed, of decline.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Rome at one time had 1 million people, and before it was done collapsing, there was 35 or 40,000 people. It went from 1 million, but it took hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
They just ran everybody out of there with all their devaluation, and at the peak of the Roman Empire, a retired Roman soldier got a hell of a pension. I mean, everybody was living high on the hog, and as they extended their empire, I mean, it covered a massive area of the world at the time. And, they were building big buildings and roads and structures all over in a, million square miles or something, the Roman Empire. And they had all these legions and all these politicians and everything in government, humongous government. And they needed so much money. They just couldn't, there was not enough money in the world and it's kind of like what's going on now, except it seems to be in a hyperspeed now, compared to the Roman Empire, where they started they took the silver denarius and they took it from 90% down to 50%, and they were doing money clipping and all that stuff. Little by little by little, but we're doing it much faster now. It just can't end well, Mike, with all this money printing and money creation, and it has to continue to accelerate. Okay. If you watch Mario, Maneko 64, Lord Humongous,
yep,
watches him all the time, and you had him on your show. He's a great guy, and he reads a lot of historical books on money,
mm-hmm,
and he explains things in great detail, and historical events and everything. And you just know that it's just not going to last. That sooner or later, something really big is going to happen, and it's getting closer each moment.
Let me ask you something. Let me throw something out there. I brought this article up, so let me bring this article up again, because people are going to think I'm actually making this up, because I'm not making this up. It's actually a big deal. So I want to get your take on this, if that's okay. Let's go to articles, deep article scan here. So here it is. Australia will pay foreigners up to $50,000 to buy a home. Now, Canada, through the grapevine, might do $75,000 or $80,000 to get more foreign investors in. $80,000 towards buying a new home. Does that sound like severe desperation, or are they just trying something new here?
Well, you can tell where the government's what they can see in their looking glass, and what they foresee, and what they're trying to prevent, what they're trying to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Is they in other words, they're running out of options within their domestic circle. and this is a way to prop up their Australia. Their system is, as you know, is I think 80% or something of their economy is based on real estate.
87% now. I found out the other day.
What is it?
87.
Well, that's just that's really terrible because one item economies are a recipe for disaster.
Well, look at Venezuela. It was so heavily Venezuela, Angola, countries like that were so heavily dependent on oil. Look what happened. Canada had oil for a while until that went down the sewer or down the drain, and then now they're in housing, and then they've been in housing since 2010.
Yeah, I think
80% of our economy now is housing.
It's not going to end well, and we know it, Mike. We know it. We sense it. But for some reason, the central banks, the treasuries, the government legislatures, through all kinds of wizardry and trickery, they have been able to keep things going. And but as several of the commenters have pointed out, as we see these asset prices going up and up and up, we see people that are not in the game being left behind, and we're seeing homeless growing and
Rampant.
escalating all around the world.
And they've been lying about the deaths, street overdoses, and homeless overdoses. They've actually been covering that up, I heard. Like, a lot. Like, they've been covering it up. They've been only releasing 30% of the deaths, from what I heard.
Yep. As far as I know, Mike, the current death rate, I don't know about Canada, in America right now, from all causes is not much different than it has been the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not mentioning how many people are actually dying from the seasonal flu, how many people are dying in excess of normal from suicide, from drug overdoses. Things
That's
like
all
that,
COVID.
because of these lockdowns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering if there isn't even an increase in flu-related deaths, but if there is any increase, it could be from drug overdose or from suicide due to depression because of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are losing their businesses and their jobs, and yes, everybody's. My neighbor yesterday, he said, hey, we're gonna get $2,000 stimulus. We're gonna get $2,000 stimulus. He said, oh, I got all kinds of plans what I'm gonna do with my money, And but most people I know don't need $2,000 stimulus. What we need is a vibrant economy.
Right. Like I've been saying about New Zealand for so many years, New Zealand doesn't need more affordable housing. As New Zealand was going to build this Kiwi plan where they're going to build 100,000 homes. And for people that can afford. And I said, no, New Zealand needs better quality jobs, so better quality wages could buy better quality homes, and people don't have to get stuck in low wage income housing.
Yeah.
Better quality jobs is what they need, not more low wage housing. They need better jobs, better opportunity.
The Western world is on a downhill spiral. I heard a guy on a vlog today that was talking about the infrastructure within and between some of the larger Chinese cities, how they have all these rail systems, and everything is all built like in the last 20 years, just totally modern. And yet, if you go to the Western world, we've got some new construction and some upgrades and a few new bridges and roads here and there, but basically we've got infrastructure, going back to the 70s, 80s, and some even back to the 50s in the Western world. Some of the airports here are just ancient looking, and we're not keeping up with the rest of the world, and we're not being told what's really going on in the rest of the world, us in the West.
Well, they're not telling us, and they don't want to. Here in the West, you could have stuff happening right down the street from you, and they'll try their best to keep it out of your knowledge or your knowing. It's really sad. It's really sad. And I've been noticing too, like a downtick on police presence when the police is really needed the most? Or like in Canada, like somebody's vehicle got stolen and the police weren't interested in looking for it. The police just told them that it's a civil matter now?
Yeah, just about everything's a civil matter, I guess, unless you maybe blow up the mayor's house or something, and that would be a federal crime. But I guess everything's going to be just a civil matter now, and I guess the police are not going to be called out unless it's really, really, really something big, or maybe the whole community is all calling 911 at one time about an issue.
But I've been noticing that the police really are, I don't know if they're doing real police work now or what the deal is, but it's not there. It's like people, like, I think it was a few days ago, there was a cop on the side of the road, and then there was a guy just trashing some guy's car with a baseball bat at a red light. And the police were just standing there, and they just walked away.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't do that here in this little community where I live. There's still good policing practices, and
Good.
And they're pretty tolerant of the homeless. They stop the homeless and try to straighten them out a little bit, but they're not ruthless or anything like that.
It's kind of like Rambo, where you pick him up on the side of the road and says, "Oh, where you going? I'll take you somewhere to another town and get you a meal or something. Get you, like kind of like Rambo, right?"
Yeah. Well, that original Rambo
Hope,
was
BC.
one of my all-time favorite movies.
That was filmed in Hope, British Columbia.
Was it? I was wondering because
Hope, look it up. Hope, BC. You know what? Next time I go through Hope, I'll actually do a side-by-side comparison of the scenes, and nothing's changed in Hope. It's the same buildings and everything is exactly the same.
Great. I was wondering because it reminded me of the Pacific Northwest, the way the environment.
Yeah, Hope, BC. You could watch. You could look it up. Look it up when you get some time on Google,
Yeah.
and you can see when I go through Hope. Hope is on the way to Vancouver from where I am. I'll do a stop there, and I'll film some of the areas where the movie was filmed to show you guys.
Oh, cool. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. I know there's a lot of folks in the comments section that are into cryptocurrencies, and I think that that I mentioned in the comment sections early tonight, Mike, that I just read an article. I think it was on Zero Hedge. I'm not sure, but it was just today that India is mulling
15% GST.
It's on crypto.
On crypto, 15% GST. I read that earlier on Morning Coffee with Mike.
Did you say 15%
GST? Yeah.
Okay, well, I thought it was 18, but maybe it was 15.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it because I wasn't paying attention to the percentage so much as I was the concept.
Yeah, GST. So India's doing that. I covered that on Morning Coffee with Mike. That's a big deal because then other governments will follow in suit or find a way to follow in suit, even though it's a private transaction. It's going to have to hit somewhere. It's going to have to be unloaded either into a bank account. It's got to be unloaded into someone's credit card. It's going to have to go somewhere eventually, right?
It can't be a public transaction without them knowing about it. And if one government does it, everybody's going to do it. Like these tobacco taxes and alcohol tax, you see
Mexico
up in Canada and over in Ireland.
It's
and
$50 a pack
Australia.
for $50 a pack of cigarettes in Australia.
Right, and now it's going that way in California, and now Oregon has just followed with the $20 a carton increase starting January 1 next week. So it's going to be the same thing. If this happens with cryptos, it's going to go around the world. Believe me, it may take a few years, but it'll go around the world where they're going to be. And also, once they get, I was raised in California, and in 1952 the sales tax was 2%. In 1960 it went to 4%, and then it went to 6%, and then it went to 7 point something percent, and then the local counties and cities figured out how to piggyback on top of the sales tax and add their own sales tax on top of the state sales tax. Mm-hmm. So now, instead of a 2% sales tax on your purchases in California, in a lot of counties, it's more than 10%. And like if you buy a new car it's taxed at 10%. So you spend 50 grand for a car, that's $5,000 in sales tax alone. And anyway, it's that way around the world. As soon as they get their foot in the door, like the camel gets his nose under the tent, it starts spreading and then it starts increasing. And that will be a big deterrent on cryptos if they go down that road.
Well, we'll see what happens. We know that Low Roller Scratcher has dedicated himself to promoting Bitcoin on the channel here, and Anthony Ruvalacaba was just saying in the comments that Low Roller Scratcher has a lot to do with the great crypto melt-up.
Yeah, there's several guys that are true believers, and if I was a younger guy and I didn't have a family and I had money that I wanted to speculate on cryptos, I started watching that Joe, what's his name? Joe something, but anyways, he's a Greek heritage. He's back in Florida, I think. But anyway, I started watching him 3 or 4 years ago, and he was into cryptos. When he was into silver, and then he got into cryptos. And anyway, I was interested in cryptos at the time, but I just decided that I wasn't young enough. I didn't want to speculate. I just didn't have that kind of ambition. But yes, I would have been in cryptos at least 3 or 4 years ago if I was a young man. But I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket. History has taught me that some people can be successful by putting everything in one basket. Some people can make a killing, but most people make a big mistake by doing that, by not diversifying.
I've seen it time and time again.
And the answer is
I had a relative during the Depression. He had 3 different businesses. He sold ice, he sold eggs, chicken eggs, and he sold something else. He had 3 little gigs going. So if a lot of people didn't want eggs, that they got their own gig going or got their own chicken, then he could make up for it with ice and the other things he was selling. And so that's how he survived the Depression. He had a bunch of little side hustles going. Instead of just, if you're just selling ice and all of a sudden there's no ice or nobody buying ice, you're screwed. If your supply runs out or your end users decide to decline, you're screwed in either direction. But if you have several gigs going, you can survive no matter what.
Yeah. All right, Mitch, I'm going to let you go. We're wrapping up our second hour here.
Okay, and Mike, are you going to start at 6 every Wednesday from now on?
I've always been starting at 6 on Wednesdays.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, for the last 4 months now.
Oh boy, am I slow.
That's okay.
Okay.
Mike in the Night, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Mike in the Night this Saturday. Let me. I'm gonna plug to the show for next week to make sure everybody comes on Mike in the Night. It's gonna be good. I'm trying to get some guests on. I've been emailing people all today to come on as a guest. So hopefully we'll get some other channels coming on this new year. All right, Mitch?
Yeah, sounds good.
You take care. God bless.
Okay, God bless.
Thank
you.
you.
See you in comments. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. That is our man, Mitch Madden. So if you guys know anyone that I should be reaching out to that should come on the channel or Mike in the Night, guys, this is next week, Mike in the Night. Where do we go now? I just put this up. I don't even know what to put up because everything's changing. Everything changes within like 5 minutes. There's a change. So I'm not going to bank on what to. So where do we go now? So there it is there. Next Mike in the Night. Don't forget to set your reminders on that for next week. And then next week's is 2021 forecast. We're going to do some call-ins and people forecasting in 2021 where, as always, whenever someone's losing money somewhere, someone is making money somewhere. Don't forget that. Oh, everyone's losing in the markets. Well, someone's making it then. Don't ever forget that.
We don't beat China in trade.
So there's the shows here. So if you guys want to come on, or if you know anyone that should come on the show that you guys think might make a difference, or you know what I mean, right? If you know anyone that wants to come on the channel to come and discuss current events, because Mike in the Night, it's tough to put up a topic a week in advance without knowing where things are headed, because Back in the day, you could plan a picnic 6 weeks in advance. Today, you can't even plan something 6 hours in advance. And I mean, I just had to say that. I'm sorry, but that's it. It's true. Metal Gear Mark III says he's got his big boy pants on. Craig Cook in the house. Lord Humongous as usual in the house. Bob Smithers. So, biggest wealth event in history, says Papa Pist. I think I got Papa Pist here on Skype too. We'll probably get him on the show next week. Or is that... we'll see if we get Layla on the show next week. Who else? I don't know, but we'll see if we get some more people on the show next week on Mike in the Night. I want to get Anthony Ruvalacaba on next week. So, guys, if you have an idea for the name of the show, I don't want to call it Housing Economy Jobs. I want to call it something. So if you guys have a name for the show, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I will take your I will look at it seriously. So we got to name the show, guys. This is episode 1. We're just talking finance, economics, housing, layoffs, jobs, anything economy-wise when it comes to what's happening. You know, trends in the housing market was getting old. It's been 5 years. It's time to move on and cover a little bit more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Papa Pist will be nice to call in. Alan Howick is saying, I can't even plan when to fart. That's right. Yeah, Gigi. I think I got Gigi here on Skype too. I think I added Gigi not too long ago. I think he messaged me saying, hey, Mike, it's Gigi from... I think he messaged me not too long ago. But yeah, guys, if you want, please... Ooh. Anthony Ruvalacaba has a name for the show. He wants to call it A Modern Monetary Nightmare. Sounds good. Kind of edgy. Modern Monetary Nightmare.
I beat China all the time.
Modern Monetary Nightmare.
Trump.
Interesting. Should call it That Matters. Oh, it's Dorico. Yo, Dorico, what's up, man?
Hey, how's everybody doing this year?
Everyone, well, it's not this year yet. It's still 2 days away.
Oh, it's already started. Haven't you watched?
What's happening now?
My first prediction has failed. I thought Trump was going to sign nothing and walks away and leaves Biden holding the shit bag. I was really upset about that one.
Oh.
I know. But I love the new show. I really like this. You're right up the alley.
I want to cover a bit of everything. Talking about housing is nice, but it's kind of good to talk about job potentials, job opportunities, investment opportunities, things,
Oh, for sure, and basically we're all on the same page on this stuff. And I thought this was awesome. So now that you're a professional news media, I would like everybody to entertain the thought of becoming an independent citizen journalist.
That's right.
Is that in? And we all join your organization so we can never get banned.
Yep. This way, people, guys, you know what? He's got a point here. If you guys are out and about, you all have phones on you, so you all have recording devices. You're seeing something, I don't want to get in trouble with work, or I don't want to get in trouble with, send it to me on Skype. I'll put it on the channel here for you guys. If you're somewhere and you want to report on something, say, hey guys, this is blah, 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 reporting for Mike in the Night. I'm going to ask these people outside of this protest a few questions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what, had you watched anything with the Wisconsin? No, I guess it's the Georgia hearings for the votes.
On and off. I watched it a bit at the beginning, then I kind of, I don't know. I just can't stand seeing Nancy Pelosi. I can't stand seeing that lady. I don't know if it's her or Hillary Clinton or worse.
No. This was the hearing for the.
No, I understand that, but they always, when I'm watching the mainstream media news, they're like, let's see what Nancy Pelosi has to say about this now, earlier in the day. It's like, no!
You can't even listen to them. There's CNN and all that. I stopped having cable like 20 years ago.
Yeah, cable's death.
Oh, it's so terrible. It's like reading the CBC, and it's like, oh my God, this is level 6th grade entertainment here.
Yeah, and then the CNN got so bad they had to put cooking shows on.
Oh, home and garden television. Basically, that was the rise of the housing market. That
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
So a couple neat things. Canada is going to have trouble exporting the uranium to France, and that is going to screw with the Iranian nuclear plant. So have a good look at that one on the test.
Okay.
Trudy and Freeland are going to ride through the year with there's no election because no political party got any charity cap. Toronto stays in lockdown for the year. More cops are going to stop barbecue places from opening.
I love barbecue places.
Oh, dude, they pulled out horses and like 45 cops. It was hilarious. I love these people. Number 5 on my list was soybeans and corn subsidies. Probably aren't going to be coming in. So farmers are going to lose a shit ton more, especially because they'll either go into tillage and pay off their taxes, because I don't think that a lot of Americans are going to be able to have the banks cover their loans this year, because
banks don't have anywhere near enough money in there. I remember I read an article I don't know if this was about 2 years ago, where I think it was the Reserve Bank of New Zealand was telling New Zealand that they needed to keep at least 30% capital of what they've leveraged out, and they don't even have 1 or 2% in their coffers.
Oh, it's not even going to start yet. I was just let me get to where I threw Ted something. It was basically a YouTube of how much money do farmers make, and it's by a kid who's about like 18 or 19 years old, and he's just going through the numbers. Very first time that you'll ever see this on YouTube. That was really cool to watch. Bitcoin is going to get taxed like an asshole.
Yeah, just like they're doing in India right now. India was passing something at 15 or 20. I think Mitch said it was 18%. But they're just going to find a way. Once it gets spent or hits somewhere public, they're going to go ahead. It's going to become taxed.
Well, yeah, because it's already been classified as an asset class, right? So you're going to have to pay capital gains tax on that stuff already. And because unless you're a miner that sells it to a supplier, like a monster dealer, you're going to get just eaten. And with the latest SEC going against Ripple, a lot of the other coins, like I remember when you were talking about buying shitcoin stock, those shitcoin stocks are just going to tank. So I'd short like an asshole right now, because the computations of all of those things comes from basically, it's called an ASIC processor. And the way that networking works and what have you, you can basically kill off a network really easily by just turning off ports at the master level. So Bitcoin also doesn't have throughput that's what basically kills Bitcoin. It doesn't have the throughput for having a good exchange. Like if you want to make money on Bitcoin, you'll buy at around, like in my time, 345, because I'm 4 Zulu up. And then you sell basically at 405, like zero Zulu, like 5 minutes after Zulu, because that's when ledgers all get synced at 0 UTC. That's why that's the best way to ever make money, because you just do little deltas, always little delta. The corps are going to be driving big projects this year because there's something called near operating losses, NOLs, that kill off all the cap gains, so they don't get taxed as much. So remember when I told you how much killing I did on steel?
Yes.
The concrete and steel. So like
dude, I did a killing on airlines when everyone told me not to buy it. I even made a video 5 months ago.
Oh, you want to get the better one? Because they dropped up the 737 Maxes are back on the air, and they already had a software glitch just I think 2 landings ago or something like that. So I would watch just that one come down a pipe, because that was Mitch McConnell's wife was in charge of the FAA. Getting all of that certified, and that guy so much deep shit now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm expecting the U.S. poor to rise up and start looting Walmart, and that basically there was a shot today where a whole bunch of people were rushing at the doors, maskless and what have you, at a shopping mall. I don't even remember exactly where, but I thought that was interesting. I thought the hostage situation at the motel in Seattle was cool. So that got resolved today. But once again, I expect that to come down. I expect no action from Trump because Israel's belly is exposed. Because the weapons won't be bought till after the fourth election because Netanyahu has another election. So I expect
what is this 26th election?
Oh, fourth in a row in the last 2 years. So, and those guys also have no political power money. And the Orthodox Jews, the guys with the hats and the ears and all that, don't want to be conscribed to the IDF, the military.
That's correct. Yes.
So that's going to come out the pipe. We're on number 10 now. Ethiopia is my powder keg moment. That's when I think it's going to start off with China, Africa, and the Cold Silent War. I'd keep an eye on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Like, we're Ethiopia. We haven't heard about those guys since the famine, right?
Yeah, that's actually, since the, 1998, 2099?
84? Long time ago.
Oh, yeah, it's before that. Okay. I remember there was another famine that went through in the mid-90s.
Yeah, because remember that the India had all the locusts, and we also had the dust storm kick through. So crops are just... So I'm expecting a lot of displacement in Ethiopia. But if you noticed, there has been no COVID out of like Nigeria. So just
a lot of countries are not going to. A lot of countries that just that cancel their cable or don't watch CNN are not going to have COVID.
Exactly. Not just that. All of the data proves that we don't have a seasonal flu anymore. I thought that was awesome, guys.
Yeah, it's going to come back with a vengeance, right?
Oh, dude, we aren't even started that yet. I know that the euro is still stabilized, but now that the euro Hikamadui went down, she basically is going to collapse because they've got the East-West clash coming down over policies. I'm expecting Italy to default because there's going to be no exports for them because they've been in lockdown. Because remember, Italy is where we got COVID, guys. Come on.
No, I thought it was India.
No, Italy.
No, who are they blaming it on now? Who's China blaming it now? I know they were blaming India last. I never heard Italy.
No, Italy was basically what Cuomo, governor of New York.
Oh, that's not credible. The governor of New York's not credible. I thought you were going to tell me like somebody important in a high-ranking military position was warning the Pentagon or something. Not Cuomo. That guy doesn't know how to iron his tie properly.
Oh, the best about Cuomo is they're going to. I think that Staten Island is going to basically secede from New York.
Why not? We'll call Staten Long Island.
That's exactly that, and there'll be a Republican position. I think. I think luxury items like Chatelier, which usually has a 10% year-over-year gain, is going to collapse because they don't have any of the people building the stuff in Italy. So,
I get what you're saying. I get exports are not coming out because of lockdowns, and you're going to start to see a lot of I see what you're saying, Dorico.
Yeah. Then so what that means is the billionaires can't liquidate their assets as the market corrects, and I assume that's going to go about Q3, by the way, guys. Then the consumer confidence will be gone by late Q2. And Fauci and his wife, the epidemiologist that basically is in charge of the vaccination of everybody, are going to, quote unquote, retire from public life. See, I have that one down because he's been there for 50 years and he thinks that he should step down because other people should take the realm now. He's going to hand it off.
That's usually what, yeah. I'm not going to get into specifics with that. Listen, D, can you come on Mike in the Night?
I don't know, because usually that's a big day for me. Because those are Saturday
night? Are you at a club?
Yeah. No, worse. That's when you want to do all your big digs on all this stuff. Like, oh yeah.
Well,
'Cause
just
that's
come
when
in and do a 10-minute plug on geopolitics. Give us an update.
Oh, this is more fun. But yeah, this I think the PPE, CRB, and CSB, all the companies that got named or fined by CRA, doesn't have the manpower to do anything about it. So we're going to have another one of those wonderful, not going to do anything about money laundering years.
Well, they can't do nothing about money laundering. It's just going to surface too many people will get in trouble. You know how much money? Okay, remember we were talking about $200 billion laundered through Canada from 2011 to 2015?
There's more than that.
You know how much been laundered from 2010 to 2019? Like 880 billion, almost $900 billion laundered through Canadian real estate.
Oh, there's more than that, because you have to remember that a lot of that is in the
This
drug
is what
trade.
they know of, though.
Oh, I know. Well, it basically the entire Montreal zone is run by money laundering. The best one, I think, we got a short 7-Eleven, because I bet you they're going to close their 24-hour operations, and they're going to start closing stores.
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven.
Let me check them on the thing here.
Yeah. Dairy farmers, cows are going to get COVID, so there's going to be no milk for you guys. And that will come down probably around Q2, Q3 zone.
Mm-hmm.
So watch for that one coming down, because those veterinarian supplies are going to be tagged. Natural gas prices are going to bottom out as the energy sector flooded by the USSR Nord Stream 2 project comes online. Gavin Newsom will stay in power because he won't get recalled. The NDAA has to be funded by law, so that's anything that has to do with that is going to go through. So last year I had a whole bunch of military stocks that paid all dividends, and they just made money, dude. Raytheon, we won't go to that one, because that's just an interesting one. The IRS, Cali, and New York taxes, it's all going to go bonkers because people refuse to pay voluntarily. That we'll be watching.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
See, once again, it's so much fun watching this game go down. Sean, up the good. This is shout outs. Sean is keeping up the good work with the Bitcoin, right? Ralph, with the songs is awesome.
Ralphie's amazing, dude.
I know. I watch and I'm like, Jesus Christ, the love he gets. Oh, speaking of love, huge love and hugs to Lord Humongous.
Yeah, Lord Humongous is a 2-time world champ. Everybody knows that.
Oh yeah. Raven and Lily Poo have to come visit me at the Red Top.
The Red Top?
They know where it is. They don't know what it is.
Oh, you're at the Red Top? Are you partying there?
No. I thought of a better idea. So much of a better idea. There's a old school Robin's Donuts nearby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I think that's a cool little house. Mitch, big hugs out there in the Philippines, baby. Keep the faith.
No, Mitch is in Oregon right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Real Scott Thompson? Sell now. Get out. McDonald Farms, because of the cows, are going to get COVID, and that's where you're going to see the COVID impact start for the cows, by the way.
Oh, I forgot about the agriculture.
Oh, yeah. There's the LA ports are going to be held up shipping and distribution of goods.
But that's been happening way before COVID.
Oh, no. This is going to be much better because there's something called Bouchard Shipping, and it's in bankruptcy Chapter 11 right now.
That's correct. I actually read about that on Yahoo 2 days ago.
Oh, and that's a private company doing restructuring, but those are tugboats that pull the big ships into docking. So, and those guys got pulled off by the Coast Guard.
Interesting.
So, yeah, ATMs are going to be borking pretty quick because they all really run Windows, and they've got an error in their programming. And if you really want to know what it is, it's the IRQL and not less or equal.
Nice. Nice information, dude.
You guys want to get a little bit of cap in your game? There's something called Plaid, which is e-commerce. It just came online a couple days ago. It's $32 per share. It's on the Tokyo Exchange. Came online basically the 18th. And that is basically the nuts and bolts of all of the e-commerce.
Mm-hmm.
So like people want to go into like Coinbase and all that bullshit, right? These guys is basically run by Visa, right? Which lends into the Ethiopian zone for where they are rolling out their tracking system. So just keep an eye on that one. By the way, a lot of air travel is going to run into trouble because there's not going to be enough pilots. We calculated there was 5,500 pilots walking off the field in the next 2 years.
I heard a lot of doctors were quitting too.
Oh, dude. Once again, liability insurance is coming through the roof because most companies are all in insurance.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So where am I now? This is such a fun game, guys. Oh, I love this game.
China.
The pitchforks are going to be aimed at Bill Gates.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking earlier today. I found one of his companies that he's running for clean energy because everybody's going to get screwed by this corporate carbon tax.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody write this one down. It's called Terra Power. It's TERP. It's on the NASDAQ. It's about $20 a share, but it just merged with Brookfield, BEP,
Mm-hmm.
which is $1 a share. That is a good buy because they are amalgamating and they're going to be taking over the solar section too. So
What's the ticker?
TERP for Terra Power, and Brookfield is BEP. Okay, guys, don't buy so much so I'll get some good cap in this too, guys, okay? I got to wait till like Tuesday.
Woo!
Oh, I know, baby. Dasani and water bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of all bottled water because they have monster lawsuits. This is why I think Coca-Cola sold like Dasani the other day because there's a lawsuit coming at the processing plant because there is contaminants in the water. But you got to keep that one at too.
I didn't know there was contaminants in tap water.
Oh, no. It gets better. The processing plants, because they're usually run through like Flint, Michigan and Buffalo zone, right? Buffalo is like monster bankruptcy zone. Like it is a red zone to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to screw over a lot of the trading that goes through, not Sarnia side. What's St. Catharines?
Mm-hmm.
Mississauga and all those guys aren't going to get a lot of their supplies easily.
Yes.
A cool one that I thought that this is a little more Canada Power because Terra Power, right, has Academy Metals, which basically has Unity Energy Corp, UTY on the ticker, right? They're only getting 8.62 grams per of AU per centimeter over at northwest of Vancouver at a Hewitt Point.
Right.
So not a bad little guy because once again, Canada doesn't have much going on. So they're going to basically make sure that the mining industry kicks in. Where else am I? Oh, this would be an interesting thing. So I was doing a little bit of math the other day. And okay, so because all of the Australian high rises, right, have a whole whack of people in it.
Mm-hmm.
People step at a certain way. You have resonance theory, right, which basically starts moving the building side to side, right? And because they used a lower grade metal and concrete, I expect at least one Australian collapse of a high rise. So
that's the Opal Tower and the Mascot Towers. They've all been leaning and people having to evacuate. This is going to get a lot worse. Yes, it's going to get a lot worse because a lot of it was a lot of the material came from our friends over in
China.
So, it's not just material for the grade of metal. It was also the fact that the math was wrong on any building that was produced prior to 8 years ago. So that would be 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see a whole bunch of condos go down the pipe. Supposedly coming down the pipe is a gold-backed crypto. If it ever existed, it's sort of like graphene. Graphene is one great thing. It never gets out of the lab, though.
Right.
I would buy into that, but once again, because it's crypto and networking, it's just going to get hustled. There's something called the Environment Social Governance Group. This basically ESG, they're called. I got this one off a buddy that makes big bank, more than I'll ever make. Basically, it's an international subsidy for investing. You can't do it out of Japan, Korea, or Africa.
Mhm.
So once again, a lot of the China money isn't going to be coming in. And that, if anybody really cares, you can look up the EACAP, and that's how that's going to get all funded down the pipe. There's a group called MUBADALA, Investment Company. It's PJSC. And these guys are the parent companies for Global Foundries, which is a U.S. company that fabs semiconductors. It's TSMC, has a target of 42.67. That's out of the Emirati guys. Its parent company is ATIC. United Microelectronics Corp basically has limited production. SMIC is about 478 right now, but I disagree because I expect that to go up. And yeah, UK also got, because UK Envision, which is biopharmacy and med devices, again under the Mudabala group.
Right.
I expect those guys to make I think they had a 13 million contract coming into them. And IBM, watch this time. Because with IBM having Red Hat, and they've just changed the CEO that was losing like crazy money, they're going to be able to compete versus Amazon Web Services.
Okay,
because they're the new dude that's kicked in specializes in hybrid computing or hybrid cloud computing. So basically, it's not just services anymore. It's going to be taking more of the Synergia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Accenture, ACN. That's another one that I'm watching. But anyways, I'll let everybody go because obviously I talk too much.
That's okay. Try and come on, Mike, of the night if you get a few minutes, okay?
Okay, baby. I'll talk to you then. Everybody,
all right, D, thank you for the updates. God bless.
Bye.
Bye. That is D. He's on a mission. He's always on a mission. You know that. All right, guys, we went overtime tonight. I'm going to go put my kids to sleep. I hear them laughing. Well, it's 8:30. It's still a little bit early, but still, I got to get things rolling here for tomorrow. Guys, thanks so much for being part of the channel. Thanks for supporting. Don't forget to set your reminders for next week's Mike in the Night. Where do we go from here? That's what it's called, next Mike in the Night. It's going to be in the new year, so I'm going to wish everybody a happy new year right now, and we'll talk very soon. God bless. And, yeah, get your favorite YouTuber. Get him to come on Mike in the Night. So if you got a favorite YouTuber or a YouTuber you watch regularly, ask them to come on Mike in the Night if you want to see them come on the show. We could talk. We could ask them questions openly, and we could go from there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll talk soon, and stay safe. And if you can't stay safe, please be careful.